This video is either going to make you really pissed because you're going to think it's arrogant, or you're going to laugh like a normal human being. And you go, yeah. So, track record this year. You know, if you got like a bunch of people on YouTube or other places that have already like said a reviews, like a bunch of people say, this product sucks. And it's easy if you're like the fifth person or the fourth person or the sixth person to write another review parroting the first few. It's like, yeah, you agree with all those other people. Isn't that easy? Someone said, this product is awesome. And you're the fifth person to say it, or sixth. It's like, what difference does it make as long as it's a logical review, right? Yeah. When you're the first person to review a product, the weight is on your shoulders. And let me point out to you the one schmuck on YouTube that has done more first reviews than anybody else. Really? Yeah, yeah, let me point out to you. Now, some of these were quasi-reviewed in like pre-production form by, some corporate people, like say the XT2. I mean, it has some pre-production reviews like, yeah, this camera's, you can't trust that crap, right? I don't care if it's Fuji or Nikon. It's like, are you really going to trust like a pre-production review off of somebody that is like a puppet of a company? Of course you're not. If you're halfway smart, you're not anyway, right? So I've got more first reviews than anybody else. The XT2 consumer camera came out, boom. Right the very second it was to be released at 12 midnight, I was like, wham! I already had like a ton of videos to upload. The Nikon D500, I was the first. Wham! First person making video reviews on the D500. Yep. The Nikkor 70 to 200 2.8, that new lens, first person, right here. That horrible lens, which this is the only thing other people are in disagreement with me, but that's just because they don't know their fannies from a hole in the ground when it comes to a good lens versus a bad lens. That horrible Nikkor 105 f1.4, horrible lens. I gave empirical examples of why it's bad, micro contrast examples compared to the other 105. I showed that it has swirly bokeh. I showed that it had cat's eye bokeh. It had swirly, nasty ass bokeh. Flat, 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 poor color saturation. It's a crappy lens. Crappy. Nikon's still trying to defend that lens, and they're using like all their Nikon ambassadors, or at least a bunch of them, to like, yeah, this lens is great. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna trust a Nikon ambassador, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna get my lens recommendations from somebody like that. Well, yeah, but they're such professional They are professional photographers. They make beautiful photographs, and they also like to heavily manipulate them right here. Wow. Yeah. I'm buying the lens for what the lens can do, not what like some guy with 20 years of hardcore Photoshop skills can do, like here on the computer, because that ain't in the box. When you buy that lens, you're not buying someone else's Photoshop skills. Are you? Are you? Are you? No, you're not. All those things, I was the first person to review the Fujifilm EFX 500. Other than the only person actually reviewed it first was someone connected with Fuji. And once again, that's not a trustworthy review. It's not a review, it's a pre-production, mouthpiece. You ever seen The Lord of the Rings? Had the guy that's called Mouth of Sauron. He was like the puppet mouthpiece of Sauron the Evil Eye. It's like, that's not really a review. So you get what I'm saying? Like, if you're the fifth or sixth person to do a review, and you like basically parrot what everybody else said before you, then, it might be a review, or you just might be parroting. But if you're the first person, and like you say something is awesome, yet everybody else says, oh, it sucks, and they got proof that it sucks, well, then you got some problems, girlfriend, right? So anyway, I was the first person on many, many serious products for 2016. The absolute first. Nikon D500, Fuji X-T2, this Speedlight, several Nikkor lenses, 3 Nikkor lenses, right? 70, 200, 2.8, 105 f1.4. Also the first one on Tamron, 45 millimeter lens. I was the first on a lot of stuff. I mean, the first person. I mean, I moved hell and high water to be the first person to, rip it apart, sometimes literally, and, make a review on it. And so then the onus is on me. I've got nobody else to refer to. I have to make an intelligent, logical, well-informed decision based upon my skills and extensive knowledge on determining whether something's a piece of crap or not, whether it's got a good value, whether it performs well, the ergonomics. And my track record this year has been exquisite. So this is me tooting my own horn. Congratulations to me. First person reviewing an enormous amount of gear, and I was right down the board. I had a lot of people, meaning you people, send me comments and emails. It's like, all those things that you said, were right. Everybody said I was full of crap on the D500. I said it's going to be a legendary camera. Everybody, man, I got a lot of hate. People said, you're so full of crap. Professional DX camera? No way in hell. It's like, yeah, it is. Totally vindicated. I was the first person to do a video review stating that the D5 was just a joke, basically. Oh, you're so full of crap. That's Nikon's flagship camera. Everybody's going to love it. The crickets have been chirping ever since the Nikon D5 rolled out. It's like nobody is talking awesome about the Nikon D5. There's just nothing awesome about it. Especially not for $6,000. The D500 is better in many ways. And other people now have parroted that. I mean, hardcore shooters. Hardcore. It's like, yeah, I'd rather use the D500. It's like, geez, that's what I said first. So, this is called me tooting my own horn. And the important fact is that nobody understands, or maybe some people do, is I was the first person to review them. Which means the onus is on me, because I have nobody else to refer to. So if you're the first person making the review, then, you own it, because you're not parroting somebody else, It's easy to follow someone else's tracks in the snow, but it is hard to blaze a trail, because once you blaze it, then, you totally own it, If it falls off a cliff, it's like, that's your fault. So, congratulations to me. People are going to go, oh, you're such an arrogant asshole. You just got done saying congratulations to yourself. I'm like, yeah, I am. Because I deserve it. Thank you so much. I would be saying right now, if this was a mirror, thank you so much for your accurate reviews, which all turned out to be true. Not only that, everybody agrees with everything I said except for like one thing, and that's that horrible stinking Nikkor lens. A lot of people say, I love this lens. Well, good for them. They just don't know what the hell a good lens is. But everything else, they're all in agreement with me. So, gotcha. Bye. If you like this video, you drop a buck or two. Tell me to jump off a cliff, whatever makes you happy. Catch you later. Do свидания. Увидимся. Hasta luego. Пока.